collapsing.
Uh-huh.
The government had actually banned, but it's because of election season, it's
Uh-huh.
quite rampant. I'm actually not in the gold business, but I want to get into the gold business. But it's a little bit tricky if you don't know the business. You have to be
Exactly.
very careful over here.
Yeah, gold business is a very tricky if you're not really very careful and if you don't have a
Yes.
capital.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, I'm flattered that you saw my video on YouTube and you watched my virtual page on Facebook. Yeah.
I even like your page on Facebook. You can see me. My wife is an onion, so I'm based here now.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you evaluate on my page?
Oh, it's nice. It's very candid and very open. You learn a few things.
Uh-huh. So how long you live in Ghana, Samran?
Oh, I've been in Ghana for almost like 15 years now.
Oh, 15 years. I was in Ghana 2013. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Ghana has improved and the infrastructure is getting better, but the corruption is still there. But it's normal. Corruption is everywhere. Yeah.
The corruption is everywhere, yes.
In Australia, not much because once you're corrupt, you're gonna be in jail right and there. Yeah. And you're gonna
Yeah.
step down when the government found out that you accept bribe. Immediately, you're gonna step down and you're gonna be embarrassed. So there's also
Yes.
corruption, but not much.
I have a lot of Indians who want to get into this business, because the gold prices are highest at the moment. But
Yeah,
I
because
don't know how to sort of
I
play.
think Indian is a
I don't
gold
know how to,
lover. Yeah. And you have a friend, a lot of
yeah.
Indian, they are really gold lover. But the problem with your government, the importation tax is too high.
Mhm.
Ah.
So you import in the jewelry form.
No, I don't. What I have done, I'm the one who marketed the productions of the seller. I just been to Africa. I just been to Conakry
Right.
and Sierra Leone before lockdown. My job is to promote
Yeah.
African products. That is my job. I'm the
Yeah, sure.
extension. Just a moment. Just a moment. Someone called me. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. Hi, Sider. I'm live at the moment. I'm talking to someone. I'll call you back, Sider. Okay. Okay. So my phone is really busy. I was interviewing offline, and there's so many buyers are panicking because the price of gold is
Yeah.
getting higher and higher. Yeah.
I was just wondering because I'm based over here and you have an in-depth knowledge of the trade. I was just wondering what we can do together.
Well, I don't deal Ghana anymore because I have a bad experience in the past.
Okay.
And you are in Ghana. What you have to do, my personal suggestion is just walk into the Department of Mines because you are already registered business in Ghana, and just walk
Yes.
into the Department of Mines. What are the requirements to export the gold? Because Ghana, because of the Galamsey, Ghana would not allow anybody to take the gold out of the country without full payment. Mm.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Ghana lost I
The
think
rules have
lost
changed.
90 million few years back because of the smuggle.
Yeah.
A lot of the Chinese are smuggling, even Indians as
Now,
well. They wanted
now
to
what is
smuggle
happening
it.
is
Yeah.
what is happening is I know the politicians, the ruling government is I know the politicians who are doing it. So
Hmm.
they told me I should bring genuine buyers because the problem is both with the buyers and the sellers. You don't have genuine sellers, you don't have genuine buyers. So there's
That's
a problem
correct.
both ways.
That's right.
So and but there are some politicians, some key politicians who are actually doing this business. They give allocations. I don't want to get into mining; it's very dirty.
Uh-huh.
Mining is dirty, because you have to be in the bush, and I don't have time for that. But
Yeah.
trading is okay, so you get genuine people, and you get so it's all about having good people to work with,
Correct.
honest people.
It's
Because that's
amazing
a
because
lot of
I
honest
used to
people.
be in
You won't
real
find
estate
only
here
find
in
good,
Brisbane.
good find good
Uh,
honest people.
yeah, it's amazing because when I was in real estate in Brisbane a few years back, and I'm semi-retired, someone from Ghana begged me to come to Ghana to help them to market because they keep on losing gold as well. Most of the foreigner come to Africa, they think they can get cheap price. Gold is not cheap, really, to be honest with you. Yeah.
No, nobody sells cheap price because everybody is very smart. Even though if they don't
That's
have the money
correct.
to get it now, everything is on the internet. You know, you give the London base metal minus
Correct.
something,
Correct.
normally around
I
50
think
or
we are now
50%.
on the
I was
platform,
wondering,
social media platform is very unique. And I was the one who introduced this. I put everything on YouTube and on Facebook. This is my virtual store, online store. Yeah.
right? I will call you back. I will just call you back. I'm in the middle of something. Let me just call you back, madam.
All
So
right.
we can
Thank
get
you for
talking.
for our conversation.
Thank you
Okay.
very much. Take care of yourself.
All right. Thank you. It's amazing. A guy, he has a business in in Ghana, and he saw my video on YouTube, and he was been impressed, and he asked my opinion. I don't give advice at all, really, and that is business. Business, you have to know. Nobody taught me, but because of my experience in more in marketing for 36 years, it's just easy to get this precious item when you have a capital. If you're going to leverage, it wouldn't work at all. You need to have a capital. And then if you're asking for C.I.F, you're going to burn your fingers because the government would not allow to let their property to take out and you guys asking for C.I.F. The C.I.F means cost insurance and freight only. And then you're going to launder. Launder means you're going to leverage. That is called laundering. And most of the small trader are fond of laundering because they think Africa they can get for free. It wouldn't work at all, my dear. That's why I pop in my. Today is Sunday. By the way, I would like to greet everyone good morning whenever you are. And the whole day I was interviewing. The world is on panic. A small trader, they're on panic. They want to buy gold because gold is currency. You make into currency like $1, $2, and the price of gold is fluctuate really. And at the moment, the price of gold on the world market is 62,480.77. Way back to 2019, I inform everyone, right, that bank now because the price will goes up on 2020. You must remember we are now in 2020. Okay, just a moment, someone ko. Mhm. We're now 2020. 2019, the price was only 45. And I warn everyone, but nobody believed this lady. Most of you guys are you hate my name, my guts. You're allergic with Wilhelmina's name. I don't know why you're allergic. The real buyer would not be allergic with my name because I know what I'm talking and I know that sharing is most important. You are a winner watching Wilhelmina. You are a winner. Why you are a winner? Information worth $1 million. You know, in Japan, when I was working in Japan, a businessman, information is vital. They give something, a gesture of goodwill. Before you do business in Japan, they would not talk to you on business. They will invite you for dinner. They will invite you to play tennis. The Japanese would like to know who you are. Uh-huh. That is why I know the business. I've been traveling around the globe. Okay? And I was a contract worker, so I know the business. And just a moment. Yeah, just bear with me. Son. Yeah, good evening, Sider. When you call, I was having a conference with other gentlemen. Tell me, what is the agenda? Hi?
How are you? Good evening.
I'm alive from the coronavirus. I'm live from the I'm live. When you call me, I was at conference and the other guy from Ghana. He was surprised about me and he found me on YouTube. Okay, go ahead. What can we do? What we can discuss? Go ahead.
Yes, madam. What is the price of gold today?
It's still the same 62,480. Just a moment, I'm going to the world market. Just bear with me. Today is Sunday, you know. Okay. Oh, it's 1940.89 per ounce.
Okay.
On dollar term is 62,401.22. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow would be different. There is a prediction. I just finished reading the current event about gold. Even though it's down, it will rebound back within a week. This is the this is the conversation on Kitco. I was watching on live video that it would bounce back within a week, maybe turn to 2,000 again. And then 2021, the gold will turn to 3,000 per ounce. So if you have a calculator on 3,000 per ounce times 32.15, it could be 96,450 on 2021. We are now August. Yeah. 4 months from now we are 2021. Yeah. So so those small trader wouldn't be able to afford. This is for a big business that can really afford to purchase. Yeah. So did I give you the answer to your question?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that is how it works. I just pop in because I have so many inquiry, and I interviewed the buyer. Uh, but they are not really a buyer. They're not. They didn't meet the criteria with my interview. Mm. And I told them save more money. Some small buyer wanted to buy to get the profit, and they don't have any much capital. And I told them it's not worth it for you to travel. It's not. I discouraged them, and they were being offered to travel and very cheap. I said no. I discourage you not to do so if you have less capital. Yeah, because you're gonna burn your fingers and your pocket. Hmm. They were being offered very good deal.
Yes.
Yeah, I told him good luck. Go there. Then you will experience. Yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
I can guarantee you're gonna burn your fingers. 100% guarantee. Mhm.
Of course.
Just like you went to Uganda. So you learn about experience, aren't
Mm.
you? Yeah.
Mm.
And you were being scammed in
Yes.
Uganda. Mm. So at least you have a bad experience and you learn a lot. Mm. So those
Any buyer think it's to get cheap price? No.
I know. So now you can tell the world that you were being cheated. I refrain using scam because both of you buyers and sellers are deceiving each other. You bargain, and the seller is hungry to sell, and you're hungry to buy. What happened? Ah, that is the result. You want to pay taxes? No way. The gold will not leave the country if you don't have the cash. Mm.
Uh-huh.
It's very rare the seller will agree. Just recently, a Mali seller, he went to Istanbul. He brought 2 kilos, and he was promised that once the gold will be asked to the refiner, the biggest refiner in Istanbul, right? And then the buyer says, once the gold will be asked, we will sign a contract. So this poor seller was excited as well because he was being promised. When he arrived in Istanbul, he witnessed it, and the gold was right, and the refinery paid the buyer the money, and then the seller was waiting, and the buyer disappeared.
Mm.
So the 2 kilos was gone by the wind. Mm.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. So I really don't believe when buyers say, "Oh, I'm gonna buy, pay taxes, bring it to my destination. I wish you good luck." Yeah, I really wish you
Uh-huh.
good luck because it wouldn't work. That is normal. You have to pay the products plus the valued added
Uh-huh.
tax. Here in Australia, I do the grocery plus 10% GST. I don't have any complaint. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And this idiot, excuse my language, this idiot is small trader. Their eyes is bigger than a dollar. Mhm. They think that they can get a cheap price and then they bring it to Dubai, because most of the buyer they bring it to Dubai because Dubai is a really main hub. Dubai is a gold lover. Yeah. So it wouldn't work at all. Yeah. You are in Dubai. I might be able to travel by October because I called the Emirates last night. And
Okay.
Emirates fly from Brisbane to Dubai and Dubai to Africa. So when I arrive in Dubai, according to the Emirates, I have to have a corona testing in the airport. Then I have to stay for 24 hours to wait for the result. Then that's the time I can fly to Africa. Yeah. But I have to double check to the government if they're allowing Australian to travel, because it's very risky for the coronavirus, really. Yeah. So I'm not going to gamble, but I'm planning. So you know when you travel, Cider, you always have plan. Most of the buyer they travel to Africa, they don't have any plan. Today, 4 buyers they are in Conakry. Mhm. And they couldn't get the gold. And I told them, whom you're dealing with in Conakry, they were being offered cheap price. Oh yeah. And I told them there's so many sellers in Conakry. So many. And they didn't agree on their terms and conditions, so the seller denied it. Yeah. So they come to me and I told them, how did you find me? They searched on YouTube and they found Wilhelmina. And I told this buyer, he's not really a buyer, he's a buyer's agent, because I can detect it. I told him that I wouldn't be able to help you unless we invite you. Yeah. So they failed. Uh-huh. And there was a buyer that I'm not going to mention. We exchanged a vital information mining license of my head office in Conakry and his passport and etc. And he's a really very dubious buyer, and he got all the information and he sent us his business license as well, but he wouldn't show his proof of fund. So I given him the opportunity to I lead him to a good conversation, and I created the group chat. I seldom create a group chat with my boss. I seldom do it. So my boss didn't respond on the group chat, and the buyer and I chatting on the group chat. And this buyer, they have already a visa. And this buyer is a little bit of English because he is from Europe, he's from Switzerland. And he has an interpreter, a Bangladesh guy. And I told this buyer that I want to talk to your partner, and they have already the visa. They don't want to be invited. But we give them a confirmations of their order and to start 50 kilos. Then when I was talking to them, they start to bargain 10 kilos. I start to wonder. So I was talking to this buyer, Saida, an interpreter, and he said that he has a license and he has an office in Conakry. Okay, so now it's a red flag to us. And I told this partner, okay, you don't want to meet us, and you don't want our representative in the office to come to see you in the hotel. You don't like it to meet, and you don't like us to see you, but you want to take a taxi to the office. And you already had all the informations of my seller and the address of the office. You will not be entertained. Why? I told him, there's a reason. The head office might think that you are a hood upper. Why you don't want to meet you in the hotel if you are a buyer? So my seller, watching, listening to our chat, I told them on the phone calls, because it's recorded. When someone called me on WhatsApp, automatically I press the button to my head office because I'm the extension. So my head office listening. My head office said,
Yes.
tell them not to come. So where are you going to find a seller like that? My seller is not hungry. My seller says, tell them not to come. We're not interested. Tell them to find another seller. So I turn it down. Because our policy is either, those who's watching my live conversation with you, Sider, our policy is very clear and simple. Very clear. You as the buyer, you need to introduce yourself. You send a letter of intent. We responded to this buyer and we send them a confirmation of 50 kilos. We arrange the 50 kilos in the office. Suddenly, he doesn't want to meet our company representative, to meet them in the hotel. So what do you think of that, Sider?
Yeah, the buyer is bullshit.
I think so. They're bullshit, yeah. And they're gonna sell the gold to Dubai, yeah. So therefore, they are brokers, yeah. It's okay if you're brokers, but you have to be transparent. We are transparent. Wilhelmina is transparent. I put everything Mineral Consulting Group of companies, so we are transparent. Those devious buyer that doesn't like to meet us something wrong. Either that buyer is a thief, either that buyer is a hold-upper, either that buyer has an agenda to hire somebody on the ground to hold up. You will never come to the office without any invitation because a lot of security guard. Yeah, you will never, unless you will be invited. You'll never get the gold from us. You can get the gold. I told this buyer, if you have an office there in Conakry, just walk into the central bank, 2%. Yeah, walk into the central bank. And you cannot walk into the central bank without any prior appointment. Yeah, you know, Saida, my head office is like this. You inspect the gold in the office, right? You like it, you make your commitment. That is not advance. You make your commitment, your down payment. Yeah, that you're going to proceed. Then the gold will be brought to the central bank. And if you come to the central bank, then the head office will inform the central bank that he is going to bring the gold together with the buyer because the central bank is well secured. You never know that the buyer is a hold upper. You never know. Yeah. And it's really, you cannot just walk into the central bank without any prior appointment. That is the reason why I gathered the buyer's information, and that particular buyer, he doesn't want to reveal. Yeah. So I turn it down. Yeah. Because once the gold will be brought to the central bank and you change it, right? And you don't want to proceed, the seller cannot take the gold out of the building. The gold stays at the central bank. So that is the reason why we have to meet in the office, meet face to face. Okay, Mr. Buyer, you inspect. Are you going to proceed or not? If you said no, I'm not, I will think about it. Okay, it's okay. At least you come to the office. But we don't bring the gold to the central bank. No? So the buyer failed. Even in Mali, exactly the same in Bamako, Mali. You come to the office, inspect the gold, and the gold will be brought to the DNGM, DNGM refinery. Okay? You have to pay $100 per kilo. If you are watching me, Mr. Buyer, you need to listen to this is my office. This is live. If you want to get the gold in Bamako, Mali, you follow the protocol. The procedure is online. I had a conversation this afternoon, Saida. The guy from Canada. He knows me for 7 years. He's a good friend of mine, and he was telling me that he has a buyer from Korea. He's buying gold to make into spare parts. And he said that his buyer has been traveling to Africa, but he needs gold. And I told him, I think your buyer knows me. So this buyer's agent was asking question why this Konakay Bamako Mali have 1.2 tons of gold? I told him that's a very good question, and I would be online so that I could explain it. Now, whoever watching my conversation with Saida, yes, Bamako Mali has 2.5 tons of gold. Now, that 2 tons of gold doesn't belong to one person. It belongs to the association called cooperative. Now, the cooperative is a 4,500 members, miners, small miners, and the cooperative is 26 members. So they brought the gold to the city. It's ready to market. So Wilhelmina is the one who do the marketing on behalf of the seller. So that is why I'm the extension office. Most of the buyer doesn't understand. So when I explain it to this buyer's agent from Canada, he start to learn. And I told him, you know Wilhelmina for 7 years. Until now, you haven't closed the deal. Mhm. Another buyer, he pretend to be a buyer. He's from Finland. And he saw the 2.5 tons of gold on my virtual page. He was excited that he wanted us to bring the gold to Istanbul. And I said to him, no, we don't do that. Who is your buyer? Let your buyer send a formal letter because we would like to know whether your buyer is capable to pay or not. And he said, no, 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 you follow my term. I said, no, we don't follow your term. Don't bullshitting to Wilhelmina. Yeah. When I let him do the conversation side, he's a joker broker. Yeah. I told him, no, find another job in your country. This is not for you. So he is going to bring it, to resell it. You never know. He's going to swindle, like this 2 kilos from Mali. He brought it to Istanbul. Yeah. In this business side, either you as the buyer, you're gonna be cheated, or the seller can be cheated you, or the seller can cheat you. So vice versa. Mhm. Remember you asked question yesterday? Remember?
Which one?
Remember you did ask question yesterday
Which one?
about why buyers has been cheated, and I told you that sometimes the seller will make a revenge. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The seller is angry to a foreigner. Yes, because foreigners are yeah, the African sellers are really angry to a foreigner. They are. They are very observant. That is why I always emphasize, I will always tell in advance, because when you travel, you will not have any surprises. I have a bad experience. Buyer, when he see the diamond, he doesn't want to talk to me. The buyer see the gold, he doesn't want to talk to me. Yeah, I took them on the ground. I took them in Ghana. I took them to Sierra Leone. But I don't want to mention that particular buyer, because if I'm going to mention their name, believe me, they're gonna be embarrassed. Yeah, that is why when you mention my name in Dubai side there, they are allergic of my name. They're allergic. Maybe they have a coronavirus. Yeah. They have a coronavirus in their mentality. They have a germs in their back of their head. They're allergic. I'm telling you. Yeah. There was a Filipino from California, and he said, "Madam, I have a buyer." I said, "Really? Where?" "From New York." So he created a group chat. A minute Phil saw my name, he ran away. Yeah. And I said to Percival, "I know this guy is an old man." And you know what they said to Percival? "Oh no, I don't like Wilhelmina. She's very mean." And I was laughing. I said to Percival, "What do you mean I mean? He has to follow. That's not my term. That is the term of the government. You have to follow. He's just only brokering. He's an old man. I don't know how old is he now. Mm. He's just sitting down in his ass. Mm. It wouldn't work." So any questions, Ida?
That'll be all.
That be all. Okay, thank you for your call. And what time is it now in Dubai?
4:25.
Here is 10:25. I would be closing midnight. I open 7 days a week. I only pop in live when the buyer have an issue and question, then I give the answer. Yeah. I've been interviewing since the whole day. There's so many buyers. You know how many email I got? My gosh. May I advise everyone who's watching me, please, if you come on WhatsApp or Skype or send me an email, you already watch Wilhelmina, kindly introduce yourself properly, kindly, so that your email would not be on the wheelie bin. Because what's the point to respond? You already saw Wilhelmina. That's why you come to Wilhelmina and send me an email. So what's the point? Isn't it, Cider? Mm.
Exactly.
See? Cider is a good friend of mine. I met Cider in Dubai. And this gentleman, I mentor him. He called me when he has a question, I give him the answer. He is the only person that I mentor him. Isn't it, Cider? So what did you learn out of Wilhelmina, Cider?
Gold business is not a child's business.
That's correct. What else you learned from the University of Hard Knocks?
It's a very lucrative business, but you have to have money. You have
Correct.
to put money to make money, and he who has the gold makes the rules.
Fantastic. Now you learn from this lady. Fantastic. Congratulations. Now you will not
Hmm?
repeat again that you will not lose your money. Yeah?
Exactly.
So you will recover. Mhm. If you have
Yes.
a bad experience, move on, you will
I
recover.
already recovered. I
Hi?
already recovered.
Oh, see? See? So you owe me a big favor because I mentor you.
Of course.
I'm gonna send my invoice, eh?
Please.
But anyway, I'll see you in by end of October maybe. You're gonna buy me a good dinner,
Okay.
huh? Yeah,
Yes, sure.
you're gonna buy me a good. Let's tour around again. Let's tour around downtown and we'll take a taxi and I'm going to travel to see all the refinery. Yeah, on the
Yes,
street.
madame, this time you have not been to Gold Souk, the shops.
We went
There
there,
are
remember? We
there
went there.
buy 200 kgs per day cash.
No, we went there, remember?
No, 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 we did not go where the shops were.
Uh-huh. So
Mhm.
I will negotiate on behalf of the seller. I will. Yeah, I will. So when I travel, yeah. I will put that online that I'm traveling, but not at the moment because you are locked down. Yeah. I'm waiting for the government to open the border. Mm.
Mhm.
All right. I thank you, Cider, for our conversation, and we'll catch up. And will you gonna turn me around when I come to Dubai, hey?
Sure.
All right. Thank you very much, my dear, and have a pleasant good afternoon and good evening.
Thank you.
Hi, Naris. Naris, good evening. Thank you for watching my live. And ARB Nidja, thank you for watching. And see Nidja, Nick Jack, he's always following my online virtual page. My Facebook page is a store. Maybe you misunderstood. And if you are really wise buyer, you click on the link. It is impossible you would not understand. It is impossible. My store is a very extensive. Like Ninja, every time I upload the new production, he's always on the go. He's learning. He's learning. My online store, whether you are a buyer or not, you will learn out of this. Can you imagine? This gentleman is Indian. He lives in Ghana. He has a business. He saw me on YouTube and he go on my virtual page on Facebook. And he was intrigued. I just finished talking to him before Cider called me. And you know what he was telling me? He was impressed that I'm the only person that I put everything online and he asked my advice. Can you imagine that? He's a businessman. I told him, I'm not really an agency. You just watch the video. And he's going to embrace to buy gold because he's on the construction business. Can you imagine? And you guys, you're allergic of my name because you are not really a buyer. And you don't have much capital. The real buyer would not be allergic of my name. The real buyer wanted to know this lady. You are lucky to watch my video. Naris has been talking to me 2 years ago. He wanted to buy diamond. And he wanted to ask a sample. Diamond is not a sample. Yeah, you have to, you travel. And he kept on watching and watching. And I told him, what kind of stone you are going to buy, Naris? Yeah. And he's just new in this business. But he's new to buy diamond in Africa. And I told him, if you are not certain, just buy in India. There's a lot of importer bring the diamond to India, then buy in India. But the price is the price. Our price is really good price. Yeah, you're gonna get a good profit buying gold and diamond exactly the same. hmm Now going back to this buyers that uh, he is already here, is already in Conakry. I rejected him. He doesn't want to meet us. He doesn't want to. My driver, he sent me a message. Anybody of your company to come and see us, we will not do business with you, but we will take a taxi. What a bullshit. So we turn it down. We are not interested. We're not. We're getting suspicious. Why you gonna take a taxi without knowing what time you're gonna arrive? Because the company have a security. The company would not. There's a civilian waiting on the ground on the car park watching you guys because this is money. You never know you're gonna ransack the company. You never know. That is the reason why I'm here, guys, interviewing you. So that there would be no surprises. But if you want to cut corner beforehand, believe me, you will never get the supply. Never. There's so many buyers, and Sierra Leone is stuck in Sierra Leone. American is stuck in Sierra Leone. I told them, you just walk into the Department of Mines, you can get the gold. Yeah, the Department of Mines have a list of seller. They can sell you gold, but not. Don't come to me because to me, I am different. You must remember, Mr. Buyer, I am not an agency. I'm not. I am the marketing consultant of both party. I could be your facilitator. I am the seller's mandate. I am. That's why you meet Wilhelmina. That is why I put everything online for you to read because we want to do business with you directly rather than you as the buyer running around and chasing group to group. At the end of the day, you will be frustrated. You would not be frustrated if you want to talk to Wilhelmina, if you want to read and follow. There's a lot of information on my page. I put everything video to video. That video is speak louder. That video, Wilhelmina was on the ground. Wilhelmina was in the office. Wilhelmina, the transaction successful. That video can certify. But if you are just doubtful, please don't come. And don't sit down on your ass thinking that the gold and diamond will come to India. Don't sit down in your ass thinking that the gold and diamond will come to Singapore. Yeah? Don't sit down in your ass thinking that the gold will come to Dubai. It wouldn't work. You need to have this. You need to have a capital. The minimum order of gold is 10 kilos. Do you have $500,000? If you don't have $500,000, please stay away. And you need to have a business and you need to have an importation license. Where are you going to bring the gold? You're going to bring to India? You need to have an importation license. You bring to New York, you have to know your importation tax. If you're gonna bring in Australia, you have to pay 10% government sales tax. There was a buyer, he's African, live in Melbourne. Mhm. And he was dealing in Sierra Leone. And that buyer, it's just a small buyer, he was dealing with the seller and he showed me the paperwork of the seller, which I know the seller. I would not mention the name of the seller. And that seller, he offered the buyer from Melbourne very cheap. Mhm. And that buyer from Melbourne said, Madam, can you see the document? I said, yeah, the document is right. The document is correct. Mhm. Because I looked at the DGGO asset report. I said, yeah, that's good. But do you have the money? And you know what? This buyer from Melbourne is going to pay taxes only. I said, don't travel. Don't. You will never get gold. Don't. Because I told him in Sierra Leone, the exporter will apply for the certificate from Ministry of Mines, and you need to pay in full before the gold leave the country of origin in order to see the cash flow, reflect on cash flow, the receipt. So I advise the buyer from Melbourne, don't travel if you have this capital. Don't. Mhm. So Mr. Buyer, before you buy this precious item, make sure you have money. Do not say, oh, I want to buy, pay taxes. It wouldn't work. Oh, I want to buy, bring the gold to India, bring the diamond to India, bring the gold to Dubai. No upfront fee. Please stay home. Yes, my advice. Please stay home. Mhm. And why you gonna be scam, Mr. Buyer? Just like cider. Cider was offered very, very cheap. Cider learned from his mistake. He always talked to me over the phone because I mentor him, I advise him. He went to Uganda. He was offered very, very cheap. He has a partner, an Indian partner. And that Indian partner told him, oh, don't worry about it. Just pay taxes. Let's travel to Uganda. So this naive American, he traveled. What happened? He traveled from border to border. He called me, Madam, I'm in Congo. Madam, there's so many gold. I told him, good luck. Mhm. So what happened? He returned to Dubai. Gold didn't arrive. He paid taxes, and I told him when he arrived in Dubai, he called me, Madam, I was being scammed. I told you that before. No way you will get the gold without any proper export documentation. No way. So he lost money. So I told him, who is to be blamed? Yourself. Mhm. Yes. So this video, it's a really very good exposure. I expose the real truth. But you, Mr. Buyer, you're also crooked. Yeah. Yeah. To us, that's why I was hard. That's why this is my office. My office open 7 days a week. If you don't read, believe me, you are not a buyer to me. Yeah. You're not a buyer. Most of the buyer, Madam, I want the stone. Put my picture. No. What you see, what you get. Madam, I want the price. We will give you the price. You introduce yourself. What is the name of your company? Why you want the stone? Right? And the minimum order of the stone is 10 stone. 10. You must have at least $100,000 or 60 or $70,000 to travel. You must remember, Mr. Bai, do not travel without Wilhelmina. Why? There is a reason. I'm telling you now. You travel by yourself and you are a stranger on that country. Okay? And that seller, he doesn't care about you. He doesn't care. And once you make a down payment, because you need to make a down payment, a partial, in order to bring that stone to the Department of Mines to secure Kimberley certificate. Mhm. So you need to have a receipt. When I was there, I asked the exporter, give the buyer a receipt. So I'm not going to mention that buyer that he failed to get the diamond. So what happened? That diamond, you as the buyer, you're gonna inspect that in the office of the exporter. Okay? So when you inspect that, then the government gemologist will come and re-inspect the stone. They will value the stone. So in that moment, there is always room for negotiation. Okay? But when we give you the price, there's a price. But sometimes, if I'm be with you, I ask the seller, can we give the buyer a little bit of leeway? So I am your negotiator. So then, you make a down payment, you have to wait for a few days. The balance, you have to transfer that bank to bank. If you want to bring money, that's fine. Okay? So then, that exporter will bring that stone to the Department of Mines in order for the Department of Mines to see, to revalue. And the Department of Mines will say, where is the receipt of payment from the buyer? So if you're asking to pay taxes, you will fail. So don't travel if you don't have cash. Don't. Because they will ask, where is the receipt of payment? Even in gold. But the seller would not tell you that. He wouldn't tell you. He's excited. Okay, this is the gold. Once the money is in the hand of the buyer, the gold will be divided, and the diamond payment would be divided to the community because the stone belong to the community. One stone, there's so many owner. So you don't know, Mr. Buyer. I'm telling you right now. Because I'm on the ground. If you don't believe Wilhelmina, it's up to you. I am telling you because I was also a victim before. Since then, I decided to charge the buyer. Yes, I am not giving you for free, Mr. Buyer. If you think that you travel, you come to Wilhelmina for advice for free, no, I'm not an agency. You walk into a lawyer's office for advice. You will be charged, right? For consultation fee. The lawyer would not entertain you if you don't have the money. I called my lawyer. They sent me the invoice just to talk to the lawyer, $250. And you're watching Wilhelmina. I've given you a very vital information for your own benefit. So at the end of the day, you owe me a favor. At the end of the day, you are a winner. I am the only person who show my face. No such broker. Most of the broker, they hide the picture, right? Some of the broker joker, they just put their gold and diamond. They don't show their faces. They are joker. They're floating around. Excuse me if I hurt you guys. I have to educate you. I have, because you have been tarnished Africa. Yeah, both buyers and seller are tarnishing their own country. That is why the government have changed the policy. The government will not give any certificate that the gold is free of illegal activities without your payment. That is why I encourage everybody to start a trial. My seller have tons of gold, tons, but you wouldn't be able to afford. Start a trial, okay, 10 kilos minimum, then increase it, then increase the following week, 50, 100, 500, 1,000 kilos. My seller, he owned the concession. You watch on that video on my page. You click on the link. Do not be excited. Because to me, I'm not excited to meet you. I'm not. And if you send me a message, hi, believe me, I'm not going to respond to you. Because my name is not hi. You, excuse me, you already watch me. And you know my name is Wilhelmina Ford. Why not just say hi, Wilhelmina? I saw you on YouTube. Excuse me, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna drink. You saw me on YouTube, right? And you read on Facebook the full corporate offer. So when you come to Wilhelmina on Skype and on WhatsApp, you're gonna say, Wilhelmina, good afternoon, good evening. I am a buyer. I saw your Facebook and I really need gold. Would you be able to help me, Wilhelmina? Something like that. A minute you're gonna say hi, believe me, you're not a buyer, you're a joker. You're a businessman, you should know that. Because me, when I introduced myself, I was in Dubai with Saida. I introduced myself, I walked into the shop. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Wilhelmina from Australia. I like your jewelry. So I have to build my rapport to that manager. The manager is welcoming me because I know how to introduce myself. This is my store, my dear. You walk into my store, you click on the link, that is my store. So probably you don't comprehend, you don't understand, you just only thinking, oh, I have the buyer looking for gold and diamond. Did you read it? Did you look at the manifest? Did you choose which one is stone? Then you come back to Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina, I like this stone. Then that's the time we give you the price. Do not come to Wilhelmina asking the price because you are just time waster. There is a parcel there. Wilhelmina, this is my order. Minimum of 10 stones. Um, Circle the manifest. Then I will send your order to the head office to get the price. If that stone is the parcel is still available. Most of the parcel is available. Yes. We have 10,000 carats available, but you wouldn't be able to afford that. I encourage you to start 10 stones. Do you have 60,000 or 70,000 in your bank account or 100,000 in your bank account? We don't sell one stone. It's not worth it for you to travel. Because when I travel with you, yes, I do charge my travel cost. I do charge my extra service. Do you understand, Mr. Buyer, what is extra? Okay? I am going to be with you from the day one to the end. I am with you. I will be traveling ahead of time before you travel. I will meet you in the airport. I will welcome you in the airport. Then the following day, you inspect the stone. The seller will arrange to inspect the stone to the exporter's office. The exporter is responsible to process all the export documentation. The most important, you need to have a Kimberley certificate. So, Mr. Buyer, I think I already explained gold and diamond exactly the same. Now, I'm gonna repeat, Mr. Buyer, the time here is 7:47, and somebody skewing me on Skype and WhatsApp. In Mali, we have 2.5 tons of gold. Don't be surprised why Bamako, Mali is the third largest gold producer in West Africa. Don't be surprised that 2.5 tons belong to the 4,500 miners, and it bring it to the cooperative. The cooperative is a cartel. They are responsible handling the marketing. A small buyer can go to the cooperative and buy a small quantity. The cooperative authorized Wilhelmina to tell the world that they have the supply. So Wilhelmina will interview you. Okay, if you want 2.5 tons, Wilhelmina will interview you first. Okay, your business registration, your importation license, it says there. There are three. Click Conakry, click on Bamako, Mali, and Sierra Leone. Now, I'm going to emphasize on Bamako, Mali because I have a buyer asking me question, but he is not a buyer. He said he has a buyer. So I did explain it to him that the 2 ton belong to many members. Doesn't belong to one person. Okay? It brings it in the city. It's ready for the buyer to secure. Now, Mr. Buyer, you're watching me. You click on Bamako, Mali. You read it properly. The gold has to be assayed at DNGM, the government refinery. There's a cost of $100 per kilo. So before the gold will be brought to the DNGM, you come to the office, inspect your order because your order has been reserved because we already signed a contract. Okay? Now, beforehand, before we're going to sign a contract, Wilhelmina will gather all your vital information. You have to provide that. In your letter of intent to purchase, Mr. Buyer, is stating in your company letterhead who you are, the address, etc., etc., how many quantity, the carats, and the purity. You need to emphasize that. So the mode of payment, Mr. Buyer, is not C.I.F. It's not SBLC. It's not standard letter of credit. Now, this is F.O.B on the first trial. It is very crucial to start a trial because you don't know us and we don't know you. My advice is very clear and simple. Start a trial of 10 kilos. You build your business relationship with us. On the second shipment or third shipment, we might able to consider 50-50. You increase your order, maybe 50 kilos, you pay 25 kilos. Then the balance of 25 kilos, you pay after final assay. Why? That 25 kilos, they will use that to distribute to the members. Okay, the members want to eat. Then they will pay the tax on that deposit. So, that 50 kilos would be paid on final assay. You're gonna travel, you're gonna be there on the ground with me. With me. So we're gonna sit down on the table. I am your negotiator. You don't need to be scared because no one will hold up you. No one will steal you. No one will kidnap you. I am with you. Because I am the mandate of the seller. So I have to travel ahead of time. So I'm gonna meet you in the airport. So I'm gonna have a meeting with the cooperative that we have the buyer. We must make sure the buyer is happy with our services. We don't need to rush. We have to sit down and let the buyer also negotiate. So maybe on the spot, on that contract, there is room for renegotiation on the contract. So we will give you a little bit of leeway. So I hope you understand, Mr. Buyer. So I answered the question on Bamako, Mali. Now, on Conakry. Conakry is different. In every country have a different procedure. In Conakry, Mineral Consulting Group of Company have a 7 concession. Their concession has huge deposit of gold. If you watch the video, that Wilhelmina presentation with the gemologist, watch that, then you're gonna learn how big is the company of my seller in Conakry. Now, again, you're gonna send a letter of intent to purchase coming from you, Mr. Buyer, not cut and paste. I'm not going to entertain cut and paste because I need to validate you properly. So when I receive that attention to Wilhelmina, then I will call you, Mr. Bayo, I receive your letter of intent, but unfortunately, we don't do C.I.F. Cost insurance and freight only. We don't. You have to pay the product. So, Mr. Buyer, I encourage you, start 10 kilos. Your 10 kilos would be reserved in the office, subject for your inspection. So, if you are a buyer watching me, do me a favor, buy a gold tester. While in the office, you taste the 10 kilos. You can buy a gold tester online. There is $5,000. You spend money. You are buying $500,000 here on 10 kilos. So, you inspect it, you like it, then you're gonna bring the gold to central bank. The seller and you would be at the central bank to witness the assay. So, Mr. Buyer, you bring the seal called fragile. Okay? I'll show you how when I was in Africa, in Ghana. Just a moment. I'll show you because I advise the buyer. I'll show you how you're gonna do that. This is for your own benefit. Okay. Okay. So my phone is busy. So many buzzing me. Now, Mr. Buyer, this is the gold. Okay. This is the gold. Okay. This is 50 kilos. Okay. This one here. Now, this 50 kilos, the buyer cannot afford to pay the 50 kilos. He can only afford to assay the golds on 5 kilos, right? Now, on the 5 kilos, during the time, 2013, it's 50 kilo, $50 times 5 is $250 to pay the assay cost in AR Logistic in Ghana. Now, can you see the 5 kilos? So I was there inside at the refinery. This is for you benefit, Mr. Bayo, while watching me. Now, this 50 kilos, Eric Blasco from Mexico, this is his order, 2013. He doesn't have the money, and inside the ER Logistic, there was a commotion. My seller got angry on me because the buyer didn't show the proof of fund. So the buyer has an intention, has an agenda, thinking he can get the gold C.I.F. So, inside the refinery, the seller and me have a conversation privately. And I told the seller, okay, let's fix the issue. Take the 5 kilos and we will test the 5 kilos to assay inside the ER Logistic. ER Logistic during the time is the best refinery. I can vouch you. So now, after the assay, I instructed the buyer, okay, do the initial, okay, initial, both buyers and seller. Why I do that? So that in case the gold can be swapped or tampered, so then you will know that the gold has been tampered. So you have to have a signature, okay, outside and inside. So this is, now I'll show you, okay, another, okay, it is on, you know, if you saw the lady with the blouse holding the gold, that's me. That picture has been stolen by Winka Dreyer from South Africa. He stole my picture that if you saw on my page, on my virtual page, that yellow lady holding the gold, this is the gold from Ghana. Okay? 2013. This is what I was being screwed by Eric Blasco. So I'm sharing you so that in the future, it would not be repeated. I'm getting wiser, but even though I'm getting wiser, I share it with you. Because not all sellers and buyers are really scrupulous. You're going to be scrupulous if you're cutting corner. See? The buyer from Mexico is scrupulous. They don't have the money. He is a broker to the refinery. This 50 kilos, I stopped it. March 1st, 2013. Okay? And both buyers and sellers screwed me. Can you imagine that? Screwed me. I was in Ghana. That is why I don't deal Ghana anymore. So I'm just giving you the example. So if you don't want to buy gold from us, that's from me, Wilhelmina, that's fine. I'm just sharing you what my knowledge about this industry. This gold is biblical and very tricky if you're not very careful. Now, Mr. Buyer, you're not paying me, but I'm sharing you my knowledge. You're not paying me, eh? But when I travel, yes, I do charge my extra service. But if you cannot afford and you travel, that's fine. You are not forced to pay my extra, but you have an option, Mr. Buyer. You want to get the gold from my seller, I will arrange your landing visa. Okay? But, a question mark, Mr. Buyer. If there is any issue, don't call Wilhelmina because I'm too far. On every video, I always tell, yeah, if you cannot afford to pay my extra service, you can travel. I will arrange your order and I will send it to the head office. And if there is an issue, I'm too far. You must remember, Mr. Buyer, the weakness of the seller. It doesn't matter if he is a seller or not. African has a mentality. Make an appointment 9 o'clock, they show up 12 o'clock. And When you call them, they will not pick up the phone. So that is their weakness. But if I am with you, if the phone doesn't pick it up, I keep on sending texts and texts and texts, and I'm screaming on my seller. I'm gonna say, my gosh, where are you? My goodness, where are you? That is my language. Yes? So you really need Wilhelmina. Yes, I do charge to cover my airfare, my hotel accommodation. We will discuss that, how much I'm going to charge you. That is all, to cover my expenses. I'm not going to travel with my own expenses, no. You are buying precious item. Why should I give you free service on the ground? My online is already free. I should not tell you this. You talk to other seller. They wouldn't tell you about what I had experienced. They would not tell you what my knowledge. They wouldn't. They're gonna say, okay, this is my price, $28,000 to trap you. Oh, this is my price, $32,000 to trap you. Yeah, he would not tell you that there is a value added tax. He would not tell you that there is a cost of $100 per kilo. He wouldn't. When you arrive, there's a lot of surprises. Then the problem starts. Then you're gonna say, "Oh, I was being scammed." No, you were not being scammed. You are cheating yourself in the beginning. Both buyers and seller are cheating each other. So to us, to Wilhelmina, everything is on the spot. There is no surprises when you arrive. If you're gonna be with me, there is no surprises. Believe me, Mr. Buyer, if I get angry to my seller, it's really very terrible. My seller respect me, highly regarded. That is why you're a winner if you can afford to travel with Wilhelmina. Now, I have a buyer. They're waiting for the lockdown. He can afford to get 10 kilos. He can afford. Now, Mr. Buyer, our selling price, remember, 5% is spot price. But if I'm going to travel with you, remember this, Mr. Buyer, on this video. I want you to keep on reviewing this video, eh? Our selling price is a spot price based on the world market. Whatever the price today, use your calculator, go to the world market, www.org, okay? Use your calculator, less 5%. You're going to say, oh, too expensive. Of course, you're buying expensive products. However, when I travel with you, right, I will give you back the 3% in total of 8% because I'm charging you $10,000 to cover my airfare, my travel insurance, my hotel accommodation expending money. That's all. If you cannot afford, it's okay. You are not forced to pay my extra service. You travel. But, as I've said to you, if there is an issue, I wouldn't be there for you. So it's better you need Wilhelmina. So which one you like, Mr. Buyer? You have an option. You want to travel, 5%. If Wilhelmina would travel with you, 8%. Now, I'm going to give you a very good deal. When I am with you in the office, I might pressure the seller to give you 10%. I might, but don't bank on it. In order for you to convince Wilhelmina, you need to show me your business registration. You need to show me your importation license. You need to show me your passport copy and the proof of fund. The value of 10 kilos that you have, $500,000. Now, our selling price on 8% is $57,000, 482. Spot price, you are buying 22 carats. Purity, 95. So that is 8%. Okay? Now, Mr. Buyer, if you really honest enough and convince Wilhelmina, I might give you 10%. I might. So, on the beginning, you are really a winner. And you resell it to your own customer, whatever the price of the day, you're a winner. Because the price of gold is really sky's the rocket. So, Mr. Buyer, I think I already explained to you exactly the same on diamond. Okay? So, I think, Naris, thank you for watching. And it's good that you're watching my live video. Mr. Baya, there's a saying I keep on repeating. The golden rules of this buying precious item. He who has the gold and rough diamond makes the rules. The government is making the rules, not you. The government is making the rules because the seller has to remit whatever the seller's obligation. That is normal. Yeah. Here in Australia, you buy any clothes or groceries or any item plus GST. The the store will charge me when I do the groceries. I look at on the docket, 10%. So that particular store, he will remit that government sales tax to the Department of Taxation yearly. Exactly the same, the seller will remit that valued added tax to his government. That is an income of the government to develop their country infrastructure. And you, as the buyer, you are devious, you are crook. You can only afford to pay taxes. How about buying gold? How about paying the gold? So therefore, you are crook. So you're watching this video. I'm sorry, Mr. Bayo. I'm very, very tough. I'm very, very strict. This is for you. I don't want you to repeat what you have bad experience in the past. I don't want it. I have already bad experience. That is why I don't touch Ghana. I fired all of my seller in Ghana. My few sellers begged me to handle them. I said no, I'm not interested. Ghana is a good country. Ghana is a good country, but the people, the seller, he is also going to ruin the image of that country. He is hungry to smuggle. He evaded taxes. That is why Ghana is losing income. So those sellers who watch me from Ghana, don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive foreigners. Even though I was being scammed in Ghana, okay? This is business. I move on. I was scammed big time in Ghana. I was. My job is not yet finished. I'm going to find that lady who scammed me before. Yeah. So, whoever watch me, don't misunderstood. Ghana is the best place. They're good and bad. The foreigners are the one who also ruin the image, and the local seller. The local seller, he wanted to smuggle it, and he doesn't want to declare it to the government. Well, that valued added tax is for the government. They will reform the hospital, the road infrastructure. They will develop the country. But you, the foreigner, oh, I just want to pay taxes. No, it wouldn't work at all. It wouldn't. You want to pay taxes, and then when you resell it, you become instant millionaire. How about the country? The country needs money to develop infrastructure. I hope I explained it thoroughly. Mr. Baya, this is for you. If you want to buy gold and diamond, talk to Wilhelmina. Be ready, because my 3 question is very simple. I will repeat, Mr. Baya. When you watch the video on YouTube and on Facebook, and then when you come to Wilhelmina, Wilhelmina will ask you, how did you found Wilhelmina? You say Facebook, okay. Did you read? What page did you read? And if you didn't read, I'm going to tell you, go back and read and come back. Simple as that. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening and good morning to you, and good afternoon, anybody. Good afternoon in Dubai.